back with Indie Wine Chats today. We are going to be doing a spring makeup look.
Yep.
So we're going to use the same thing, the same colors, the same palette, and just show you guys basically how we get two different looks just based on our own creative things that we like to do. So we're going to be using the Knockout Nudes palette from Merle. We're going to kind of keep it just light and fresh and simple for spring. I think it's probably one of my favorite looks just because A, it's light, pretty. Number two, it's super easy and good for every day. So
perfect.
Yeah.
Yay, I'm excited.
All right, cool.
Okay.
So we are going to start with, I've already primed my lids today. Steph is not. So she's going to prime her eyelids first. She uses, what, an Urban Decay primer?
Yeah, it's Urban Decay.
So, and I always just prime using a concealer when I do my face makeup, so that's why mine have already been primed. So she is going to do this first. She's just going to prime her whole lid. Don't leave this step out. It's definitely an important step. It will keep your eyeshadow lasting long all day. It's also going to make a big difference on the color deposit that you get from your shadows. So,
all right.
And look at these cute little wine glasses.
Yes.
Wine chats. Aren't they so cute?
So cute.
We're
Cheers.
drinking like a blackberry sangria today. So
good. I have a good friend. Her name is Allie, but she owns Handmade Hoosier, and so she created our logo. She's like done these wine glasses. She's so talented.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay,
so talented.
So let's get started. So I am going to first start with.
Look, I'm ready.
I know. We have like, what brush am I doing? So this is just like a big eyeshadow shader brush. The one I have is from Merle. It's actually kind of old, but I've had this forever, but it's still good. So we're gonna go in with the first shade, which I think is Moonstone. Maybe. Let's see.
Sure is.
Okay.
Yeah. Moonstone.
All right, Moonstone. So we're gonna take this, and we're just gonna put it right underneath the brow, just to kind of give you a little bit of a highlight on both sides. And you can be messy. It's okay to be messy. It's actually better. That way, the messier you are, the more blended it typically is. So just get right in, just kind of follow that natural brow bone. And then I will go in as well and just take a little bit on this inner corner and just kind of dab it in there just to kind of blend those shadows together. Just like that. Perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to go into my crease, and this is my Morphe brush. I don't know.
I have one like this. It's from Japanese.
Okay,
yep.
Yeah. So as long as it's
super
kind of
similar.
fluffy to get right into your crease, I love the Morphe brush for this. I also love the Japanesque. I have the Japanesque too. So as long as it's just keep it fluffy. You don't want, the first brush we used was kind of stiff. This brush you want to be just kind of light and fluffy. So now I'm going to go in with Caramel, which I think is that one,
Yep,
right?
Caramel.
Okay.
Pretty.
So I'm going to do Caramel, and I'm just going to take this and we're going to do it in our crease. So I always encourage you to keep your eye open when you do your crease because I have a little bit of a hooded eye. So if I do it in where most people's natural crease is, it's too low. So when your eye's open, that's when people are going to see your eyes and see your shadow anyway.
Okay,
So keep your eyes open, and then you just kind of swipe it in there. Just kind of go back and forth, blending it with that top shadow that you just did. And then don't take it all the way down into your inner corner. You want to leave it just about 3/4 of the way out. And then I still take it out to where the end of my brow is. So your brow stops. That's kind of where a good place for your eyeshadow to stop. So do that on both sides. And this weather today is like spring, so we're really feeling springy. It's so nice. I'm so ready for permanent spring weather, though. This back and forth is killing me.
Yeah, me too, girl. I can't wait.
Yes. Which is nice, because I feel like we're almost in March, so.
We are! Yay!
Oh my gosh, I
Yay,
can't believe
March.
that. Isn't that crazy? I feel like we just had Christmas.
I know, me too. I feel like the year always goes that way.
Oh my gosh, doesn't it? January seemed like forever, but now I feel like February has gone by really fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we've got that shadow in there, now we're going to go back with another brush. Just turn this off a little.
Oh yeah, this whole thing.
So this is a Japanesque thing. I love Japanesque brushes. Their like beauty blender thing is new, and I'm obsessed with it. And then this is just, I don't even know what it's called. Oh, a powder color change. So it's literally like this little sponge in a tin.
So literally that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, so you just kind of take your brush in there and wipe it off, and then it gets off that excess shadow, and then that way you're not mixing shadows so your eyeshadows aren't muddy.
That's so great.
Yeah. So
Are we
now,
using the same brush?
I'm using a different one. It just had shadow from earlier. But this is another Morphe one here.
Cool.
So, and this one is just a little bit flatter, not so kind of pointed.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Mine is too.
Okay.
Yay.
All right, so now I'm going to go in with Smitten, which is kind of that mauve-y, pinky color, which is the hot color for spring actually this year. Kind of that lavender,
yeah,
pinky,
it is my favorite.
Pantone color of the year, everybody. Okay.
Love it.
So I'm going to take this now, and we're going to do this on the lower lid. So just kind of swiping that all over. This I am going to take all the way down into my inner corner because I want that to have that little pop of pink. I say pink lightly. It's not really pinky. It's more mauve-y.
It is. It's definitely a true mauve.
Yeah.
I feel like I use this color all the time.
I literally wear this color every single day, you guys, so it's fine. It's one of my favorites.
It's the bomb.
So we're just smudging that all in. Get really close to your lash line. Don't miss that area. And then just kind of, we're blending it into that color that we just did, that caramel color.
I definitely feel like the key with shadows is blending.
Yes, girl. When they say blending is my cardio, like, that's no joke. Like, you blend.
That's real life.
Blend, yes. And again, be a little messy. Just get in there with that brush and work it in. Okay. Feeling good about that?
Yeah, I'm feeling good about it.
All right, girl. Okay, now you could stop here if you wanted, if you just wanted to keep it really basic. However, I'm going to go in with just a kind of a tiny little eyeshadow brush.
I'm just going to use the same one.
Yep, it doesn't matter. You can use the same thing.
Oh, wait, no, I have this one.
Oh, perfect. Yep.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yay.
Okay. Now we're going to go in with this kind of goldy color, gold stone, gold rush, gold star. Oh, I did not get a gold star for that. Okay. So gold star. So now I'm going to take that. And I'm just going to take this, and once I put it on, then I kind of dab it a little bit, so you don't have a ton. You don't want a lot of shadow on this one. It's just for kind of a little pop. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to focus it just kind of right on the ball of my eye, just to give it a little bit of sheen and a little bit of pop. So that way when you're kind of talking and your eyes are moving, you just kind of get that little bit of shimmer right on the ball of your lid. So you don't want this to be like a super glammy look, but this will just kind of give you a little something right on the ball. Here we go.
I love little pops of gold.
Yes,
I think it adds so much.
It just gives your look a little bit more dimension, which I like.
Yeah, it definitely does.
And then I always go back in after I get that done with the kind of that crease color and just kind of work that back in just to kind of blend it. So you don't, if that gold kind of, you know, got a little powdery up on that crease, I just kind of go back in a little bit with that.
While we're here, like, blending it out. This is me every time. Every morning. I'm like, oh, I didn't blend more.
Blend away. There's nothing wrong with that. You just got to keep on blending. I have a light hand, too, when I do my own eye makeup, so I feel like I don't.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to take my ring finger, and I'm going to go in with
oh, wow, really?
rose quartz.
I've never done this.
Okay, here we go. Hold on. Hold on tight, everybody. Okay, and just put a little on my ring fingers, and I just kind of rub them together a little bit.
On both?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this just has like a little bit of a sheen to it. And I'm using my finger just because it's kind of a light touch, and I want to get it exactly precise.
Yep.
Okay? And then I'm just going to take it right on this inner corner on either side, and just right where kind of that inner corner tear duct is. And then it just gives you a subtle little pop of shimmer there.
Mine went like all over, but it's fine.
Did you use too much product? Okay, so
all of
maybe
the shimmer.
Steph got a little crazy, but that's okay.
So we're gonna go in and fix it.
So just kind of dab that off.
Don't do that.
Yeah. We like shine, but maybe not actually on your eyeballs. So
like
keep
literally,
that in
like
mind.
everywhere, guys.
Okay.
She hasn't
even had a drink of wine yet.
I haven't. I'm like really focused over here.
I know. Look at you go. There we go.
Okay, that's so much better.
So much better. Okay. Now that we're not dying with powder in our eyeballs. Okay. So now we're kind of done with the shadow look. So now we're going to go in with a liner. Steph's already done her lashes.
I did because, homegirl, I'm not showing those to you on this video because it would not be cool.
So I've done some mascara. However, I have not done my false lashes. So I am going to show you guys how to do that. But we're going to start with liner first. So this is where we'll probably get a little bit different. I'm super basic when it comes to my eyeliner. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Because I'm lazy. And I like it to be really fast.
That's
so
totally fair.
I just
I
quickly, you know.
So what color are you using?
So I'm just using blackout because I do not line my upper lid. And you can if that's what you feel comfortable with. This video is just to kind of give you some ideas. you don't have to necessarily do everything exactly the same. So I go in and line my waterline. So what do you do?
So I normally do my lower, which I've actually already done today, and then I usually do my inner corner. Just especially with wearing lashes, I feel like you need that little bit, you know, because otherwise it's like, do you have fake lashes on? Mm-hmm, yeah, I think you do.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what I do.
Agree. So I'm just gonna go in here, and I just get literally right up into my lash line. So underneath. And I take it, like Steph was saying, all the way into your inner corner, especially if you're going to wear false lashes, because they're going to blend a whole lot better. And then I do I line my bottom as well too. But she's already done hers for the day. And you don't have to do black if you're like a charcoal eyeliner or a brown. Don't feel like you have to do exactly everything. This is just a way to kind of give you some ideas of how to do it. But if you feel more comfortable in a brown, if you feel more comfortable in a gray, do your thing.
So you're kind of just like tight lining your upper.
That's all I do is tight line.
So explain like what that does for your eye, because I really feel like it does make a difference.
So the reason I tight line is because I have the shape of my eye is slightly more hooded. So what I mean by that is when I look straight ahead, I don't have a ton of lowered lid space. So if I fill up that lower lid space with eyeliner, then you don't see any shadows. So then you just see my crease color, and then you see a black eyeliner. And so I like to be able to see some of that, especially in a look like this. Now if I'm doing something more smoky, more dramatic, then you can feel free to kind of line that top. But for me, I don't think it does anything for my eye shape if I go crazy and line my whole upper lid. So that's why I kind of keep it in that tight line space. If you have a really big eyelid space, then definitely line the top. Otherwise, then it's not going to look complete. So
that makes sense.
If you have a smaller eye, then just, kind of tight line.
Yeah, because I feel like I have those small, like, almond-shaped eyes, and I don't want them to look even smaller than they already are.
Right, yeah.
I'll be shooting with people, and they're like, Steph, open your eyes. And I'm like, my eyes are open.
Dude, they're already open.
They're just small.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to do, your look based on your eye shape. So, okay, now that I've got that in there, I actually will go back in with a little tiny baby brush.
Cool, I have that too.
And you've got a little tiny one. And I will go in just kind of with that caramel color that we use.
Yeah.
And I smudge it just along my lower lash line. And that kind of softens that line a little bit, and then just kind of smokes out that bottom and gives you a little bit more, pizzazz.
Pizzazz, I love that word. I also love saucy and spicy.
Ooh, yeah.
Those are good
descriptors. Those are great descriptors for you, especially with your sassy, spicy red hair, Oh, and I forgot to mention, which we'll talk about her a little bit more in our hair episode, but yes, I did not grow hair overnight, everyone. This is Bianca. She is the weave that has made a comeback, so, maybe sometimes you'll see her and sometimes you won't, but here she is. She's ready to play today, so. Okay. So now, once we've kind of smoked that out, I'm just going to touch up my mascara a smidgen here because they got a little dusty from the shadows.
Oh, yeah, that does happen. Which is why you wait to do your lashes.
Which is typically why you wait, yeah. But, whatever. Okay, now that I've done that. Oh, and I just got something in my eyeball. Oh, good.
Oh, worse.
Yeah. Okay, it's fine. Don't be alarmed.
Do not be alarmed. It is fine. Totally fine. I usually don't do my shadow with contacts in because I'm always like, what's happening to my eyes? It's the worst.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, so now this is when I go in with my false lashes. If you follow me on Instagram, you know my favorite lashes. So these are the Ardell Wispies. They also have a demi wispy if you have a smaller eye this way that, isn't so big. Or you can trim these, but these fit my eyes perfectly, so they are my fave.
I use the demis because my eyes are so smaller.
Shape. Yeah. Okay, so what you will need when you do false lashes, you want your tweezers, you want lash glue, obviously your lashes. So I just kind of pinch the lashes with my tweezers here, like this. Definitely get a glue that brushes on. Do not get like that squeezy out of the tube.
Worse.
It's literally so bad. Okay, so I just take the glue, you brush it right onto your false lashes. Do not put it on your lid or bad idea, that'll burn. So put that on there. The key with false lashes is to let the glue get tacky. Do not try to put them on when the glue is still wet or they will slip inside everywhere. I learned that the hard way. I tried to put false lashes on for the first time before a Christmas party And I was crying at the end of it. It was really bad. Liv, my sister, and I did that. It was terrible. It was really, really terrible. So, anyway. Okay, so once you kind of feel like it looks tacky, the glue will kind of start to turn a blue color. Then you just get all up in your mirror, close one eye, and then I just kind of, I start in the middle. So I press it right into the middle and kind of leave it there for a second. Then I go to the outer.
Oh my God, this is so impressive.
And then go to the inner. And then once I kind of get it somewhat, then I close my eyes and I just push it down into my lash line. Because you want your false lashes to be as close to your lash line as you can possibly get them. So then I close my eyes and I literally just push those lashes down until I feel like they are all the way into my lash line.
I'm over here looking at mine like, ooh, wow, we are like not on the lash line, but it's totally fine.
Well, especially if you don't wear a top eyeliner, you don't want to see a lot of that space. So that's why I'm such a freak about getting them as close to my lash line as possible. So then I just kind of, you can use the back part of your tweezers, which I do as well, or you can kind of go through with your finger. And
wow, girl.
Done.
That is amazing.
So, the key is
so
to
good.
make sure they get into that lash line and to make sure that that glue is tacky. And granted, I have worn false lashes every day of my life for over 3 years, so I do kind of have it down to an art now. But just take a day and kind of practice, and eventually you won't even think about it. It's easier for me to put lashes on than it is for me to put mascara on. So
that's awesome. Now, why would you not use the black glue? Like, why are you using just the clear?
It's what I've always used. I don't know why. I mean, it doesn't dry super white, I guess. It kind of, I don't know. I mean, I guess it dries clear.
Yeah.
You could use the black. I don't know why. I just never have. I've always used this one and I've loved it, so I've just always kind of stuck with it.
Okay.
But if you have the black glue and you like it, go for it. So this is just kind of what I've always been comfortable with. And
well, let me just tell you a story about the black glue. So I used it once.
Oh no.
And this was like when I was in between kind of doing lash extensions and using lashes and going back and forth and whatever. So I was like, oh, I'll try the black glue. Like maybe it'll give me that look of having eyeliner. Literally, let it dry a little bit, let it get tacky, go to put it on my eye, just totally miss. Have a giant black line, ruined my eyes. I was like, okay, nope.
Okay, well,
never again. Go. So I don't use black.
Okay, so maybe don't use black glue.
But if you're like really talented, then maybe it would work for you.
Yeah, I've just always used clear, so that's kind of what I go with. So now once I've got it on and got it kind of into that lash line, you kind of make some weird faces while you're doing this.
Yeah, you do, but it's cool.
You know, whatever.
They look great, so that's what matters.
I feel like lashes just really complete your look. If you're like me and you have no eyelashes naturally, like this just really pulls your whole look together. Now I feel like I look human again. What you can do too is take a felt tip liner. This is Merle's Pro Pen eyeliner. It has like a nice felt tip, and what I'll do is just lightly kind of go over that line where the lashes are. So I'm not like doing anything crazy. I'm just kind of taking that black and going, so that way you can't see the band of your lashes either. So that makes a big
that's
difference.
A great idea because
sometimes you'll get dusty from eyeshadow, or you'll kind of see the glue. So if you just take a felt tip and just, I'm not necessarily lining my lid. I'm literally just kind of lining the band of the eyelashes. And then that way it kind of cleans them up a little bit and makes them look a little bit more seamless and a little bit more natural. So.
I feel like that is better than using, like sometimes I'll try to use this black outliner from Merle, and I feel like my line is like, what just happened to your eyes?
Yeah,
like,
so
it's just too dark and
don't use a pencil. Definitely try to use a felt tip because that way you can get really precise, a really precise line right there.
Okay.
So there you go.
Perfect.
So now lashes are on. That is done. And now, of course, I'm going to spray my face.
Yes.
Setting spray is the best.
It is.
And this is good for your face, good for your eyes, all the above.
Fabulous.
Spray away if you want.
I'm going to because it smells like grapefruit.
It does.
I just love it.
And it's hot, so it's really refreshing. Oh, there you go.
Every time it surprises me, I'm like, oh!
Steph's over there doing one squirt, and
it's
I'm
like when you're getting your eyebrows waxed or your lip waxed or something, and they're like putting it on, and then they're like, they stick it on, and you're like, okay, it's coming, but I'm like, I flinch every time. Yes,
it's just like it's a natural reaction. So
but yeah, this setting spray really does work. I feel like it
works wonders.
Truly makes a huge difference.
I know, because I typically will get ready so early in the morning, and then my makeup lasts, all day long.
Yeah.
Through humidity, through whatever.
Yeah.
Food, children,
food, children, all
you never know what's gonna happen.
So just looking at like your eyes, I feel like your look is a lot lighter than mine.
Yeah.
And mine is a little bit heavier. So I think that's interesting because I usually do like a heavier eye. So I'm just used to using.
You have a heavier hand.
I do, yeah.
And I on myself,
so
I have a lighter hand.
Yeah.
So it's
Super
all about
interesting.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's cool to get inspiration and be like, okay, it's not going to look exactly like that, but that kind of gives you some places to start.
So I think it's cool because when you watch someone on YouTube and you're like, why doesn't mine look exactly like that?
Exactly.
That's why. There's differences.
Everyone has their own creative, artistic, you know, kind of thing. So,
cool. Yeah. I love it. Yay.
So that is our final look. We'll take pictures of our before and after so you can kind of see on both of us how we started and then our completed look at the end.
So. For sure. Yay.
All right, girl. Well, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Indie Wine Chats and watching us do our makeup. And we will see you next week for Spring Fashion.
Yes.
Okay.